Hello, dear friends. We are Tuesday today, in the day out of time of the Mayan calendar of the 30 months that José Argüelles popularized. A day for reflection and introspection. Tomorrow, Wednesday, the Mayan New Year begins. A day for the celebration of a new cycle. Opinion piece. Templars. There are many time travelers. The divine plan prevails over evil. The Creator never abandons his creation. The Creator has decided to free humankind. This 50-year window runs from 1975 to 2025. Let's start. After the Luciferian Swiss Templars were created to secretly replace the original Christ essence Grail line Templars, they proclaimed their genetic elitism and divine right to rule, according to Peter B. Meyer. It is the Archon groups from the planet Saturn that manipulate the energies of consciousness to spread and preserve dark beliefs. A key timeline trigger event began with the Celtic invasions 9,500 years ago, when the negative agenda made its first attempt to create a genetically pure elite super race to rule the planet. This process evolved until Freemasonry, Templars, Rosicrucians, Jesuits, and other secret societies were created. They were designed to hide ancient sacred knowledge of humanity's true origins from the people in order to lead them into organized religion. Break. Humanity's final liberation has not yet taken place for one reason only. Collective fear is high enough in frequency to hold it captive. Along with the energy of guilt, fear is part of the power template that exerts dominance and keeps the hidden powers of the dark side at work. The shadow agenda is based and sustained by the energy emitted collectively by humankind. However, the divine plan has determined the end of the darkness in this universe, and for that to happen, it is necessary that the souls that still enjoy the darkness have a solution in regards to their frequency of consciousness. Over many millennia, they have been released here so that they could return to the path of light through peaceful coexistence with a pure-hearted humanity. For more than 300,000 years, the Creator patiently awaited his return, or their return. However, a large majority of these breeds didn't accept the recapitulation. They preferred to continue with their plan of rebellion, knowing that they only had two paths: surrender or be captured. They created a dark agenda to make sure, so they developed many efforts based on maintaining their dominance in these last 26,000 years. Perhaps the most important of this was the genetic experiment between the invading races and the human species on Earth. Through the hybrids, they gained a power that they didn't have before, since they were not allowed to incarnate on Earth. However, their hybrid representatives were able to incarnate because they became humans like the others, only with reptilian DNA, whose main characteristic is the insatiable desire for power. They also suffered an alteration in their emotional body, so they do not feel compassionate emotions, love or respect for others. His only goal is the result, regardless of the means used. The end justifies the means for them. These incarnated hybrids have gradually occupied the most positions, in plural, of power over everything and everyone. During these 25,000 years, they have gotten to where they are today, according to their schedule. Control. The Creator has always maintained control over his creation. no matter how much love and compassion he has for his children. It was necessary to put limits on these rebels. 2,000 years ago, an emissary from the Creator, whom we know as the Master, came incarnated with humankind to tell them that they had ended their dominion time, although that same humanity turned against that emissary named Jesus. His message remained engraved in many human consciousnesses. Like a speed, he spread rapidly and spread in all directions of the planet, like a seed. The darkness knew the consequences and didn't take long to create multiple religious doctrines among the incarnates, using the hybrid representatives for their replication. This made it possible that even in the event that the human being didn't align with one religion and adopt another, they would still remain under the control of the hybrids. Little by little, all segments of human society were controlled from top to bottom by the same dominant group. The more they felt that the siege was approaching them, the more they accelerated their plan, since the Creator's authority didn't cease. Fear. Through the suffering inflicted, they discovered that fear was the most paralyzing of actions on human beings. Fear makes people accept whatever is offered as soon as they are told it will save them. There has not been, nor is there today, a more powerful weapon of domination than fear. The religions themselves have instilled fear in their followers through their dogmas, an unnecessary fear, because we should never have to fear the one who created us based on love and light. Everything that scares us is based on the creation of darkness. The very situations that hurt humanity, including tragedies, famine, and misfortune. And as if that were not enough, those of the non-light have threatened to end humankind if the positive galactic forces intervene in their favor. They quarantined Earth and created a magnetic belt around it, which also prevented the arrival of needed help, and they developed many more actions: wars, power struggles, a servile financial system, weather control, and famine. Schemes intended to cause fear and pain. But the Creator never abandons his creation. He has given a stop to this rebel group. Nothing and no one has more power than the one who creates the worlds, and a deadline has been set to return to the path of light or surrender. There is no third option. Many have accepted to return to the Father's house. Opportunities to recap in worlds of trials and reconciliation will be offered to you today. But this is a greater event as you climb a ladder, beginning with the first rank. Divine Plan. The overcoming of the dark began a few years ago, beginning with the removal of additional physical entities at the top of the command pyramid. It went down to the base, and now it has started among the incarnated hybrids. It is estimated that everything will be finished within this 50-year window, which runs from 1975 to 2025. Although one cannot see all this movement, we must have faith in this divine plan. The No Light command has accelerated their schedule as they feel that time is running out quickly. Without the support of the non-physical entities that previously gave them their guidance, the agenda that provided for certain actions until 2050 was applied. This date was brought forward to 2030 in an attempt to stay in power. Even that was not enough, so they pushed the schedule even further to 2019. This no longer made sense, as we can see now with a chaotic situation. In fact, Now they don't even have an agenda because everything they try fails. No wars, no diseases, no financial crisis, no lack of good. It will all be a desperate attempt to survive by the duck people. So don't be afraid. When we feel fear, we lower the frequency of the collective, and this supports the non-light. Don't go into fear. Nothing will happen if the Creator doesn't allow it, and He has already decided the liberation of humankind. There is no power greater than the one who created us. We are divine beings, and all we have to do is trust the plan. I am vital force, and my mission is enlightenment. Time Travelers. The group by Steve Rother. Most of you have traveled from 300 years into the future to be here at this junction of time and space. You have moved backwards to be here at this critical balance point on planet Earth, and it is a magical time. Although much of what is happening can be seen as negative, this is how human beings often perceive change. When a massive shift starts to happen, it can be seen as negative, but the polarity is starting to dissipate, although that may seem strange when you watch the news on TV. Your work as missionaries of light is very simple. As spiritual beings who walk in these dense physical bodies, the more you can raise your frequency, the less weight you will have. Every time you smile or are in your passion and doing what you came here to do, you are moving into that higher frequency and creating less weight on Earth. Our weapons. The dark side seems to have penetrated all areas of life: medical, educational, religious, political, and military. If we want them go, we can't do is using their tactics or strategies. They have machine guns that fire faster than our eyes can see, drones that deliver payloads, stun weapons that immobilize, etc. All they need is provocation, and if we don't provide it, they will make sure someone else does, with agents provocators. We have to use our own weapons, not tactical or strategic, but sincere expressions. They include peace, truthfulness, and solidarity. Take the love from your heart and send it to the world. That's enough. So that the world can go through the growing crisis with the least possible damage and harm to all. We need meditations, prayers, invocations, and affirmations. We need to unite the world in peace, not war. By doing this, we defeat the cabal's efforts without risking life. The invisibles are driving spaceships these days and preventing the use of nuclear weapons and cleaning the Earth of depleted uranium residues, because this substance is a planet killer. This planet would already have died without the help of the galactics. This is all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.